Hello, this is Commandua and welcome back to ArcheAge Unchained free weekend. So let's continue. Come on, pop up. Hey there, are you alright, Sinira? You look like you look a bit unsteady on your feet. Even your stabilizer seems to be flickering. One of those robots must hit you your back pretty hard. Don't let Nari see. Right. Scourge. It's that you want to revert back to the monster you were in your nightmares? Do you want that for any of us? The Harini gave us mood stabilizers and that prevent that. No, that is too much. The guilt for the past is already too much to bear. Nari may not be the nicest man, but he is a Harani. We owe them everything. I do appreciate your spirit, but I will never want any of my workers to get labeled as a troublemaker, nor will I want them to shatter the peace we worked so hard for. Let me give you one last errand. Seki didn't put a limit on how many favors you had to do for me, did he? Some Nuyan patrols have been sniffing around Nari's shipments. They've even seized a number of goods they claim are stolen or illegal. He's losing money hand over fist. I have a plan to keep Nari's shipments safe and therefore keep our livelihoods safe, but I've been too busy to put into action. There is a Harini local named Adartan who's master of forgery. Go to Adartan and ask him to forge a document that will keep the Nuans at bay. Maybe seeing those powerful Nuan ships will make you a bit more grateful for what the Harini saved us from. I don't know about that. Being more free to scare the shit out of people and all that seems more fun. We are demons after all, are we not? Greetings. What brings you out here? You want me to forge new orders for the Nuan fleet, do you? Luckily for you, I owe Nari a favor. My work doesn't usually come cheap. I have extensive expertise in Esnan royal family documents, you see. I worked as a servant in the mansion of one of their top captains. If you know how to read, you'll be quite impressed when you see my work. For the massive to look authentic, however, it needs to be sealed with paraffin wax. I assume you don't have any, so if you need to collect some. Luckily, paraffin wax often comes as old fuel degrades, and we're standing among a wealth of degrading fuel resources. And if you wouldn't mind, don't stand so close. I've heard the Warborn carry diseases dangerous to humans. And I don't like the way your blue neck thing is flickering. I hope you're alright. How rude!
No target selected.
Back already? You found the wax quite quickly. You must really know your way around a junkyard. Here are forged orders as promised. Did your horned cohort happen to mention if you had a plan for delivering them? I didn't think so. I guess the stereotype about Warborn not being very good with details is rooted in some fact, isn't it? Still, overall, his plan is a good one, and we Harani do love a good plot. So I'll give you a tip. If this forgery is to be believable, it will have to be delivered by a certified and elf-trained post owl. Now you happen to be in luck, because I actually happen to own a certified and elf-trained post owl. Do me a favor and I'll lend it to you. We can tie the forgery to its little leg, send it off, and the new one will be none the wiser. I just need you to go into Nai's quarters and you'll find a small, you will encrusted box under his bed. That's not a favor. That's asking this Warborn to commit suicide. Didn't your mother ever teach you it's rude to spy on other people's conversation? You lost that box to Nai in a bet, fair and square. It's not right to ask the Warborn to steal it back for you. The Rani are all on the same side, you know. If you want it back so badly, just buy it from him. I'm not going to buy back what I already own. And I'm not asking this Warborn to commit suicide. They're immortal and they can take it. The worst that will happen is a little torture. I apologize for this man's behavior. Your people are not as sophisticated as ours, but that doesn't give us the right to take advantage and put you in danger. There's a small rocky island off the coast just south of here. You can borrow my postal certified and Unchained and launch the bird from there. That's convenient. Hey, if you see fish cola down at the beach, could you ask where my oysters are? I asked him to bring my some fresh oysters yesterday, and I haven't seen him since. I still think it's look weird to ride this kind of animals, as especially as a demon kind of people. A strange bottle sparkling on the ground catches your eye. It looks valuable. You should collect as much as you can carry. Then we do it. Yeah, it's probably just some cheap wine or something.
Ferries can carry you across a river or even the ocean. Look for a ferry NPC to receive a ferry.
Oh, look at that. You found them. Thank the mother. I thought I lost them all. I would have been in for a terrible way of being, or worse. Listen, do you know where I can find construction supervisor Taumin? I'm supposed to leave all this, but I must have lost my directions, as well as the booze. North, you say? And here I was headed south. Thank you, friend. Take this as a sign of my gratitude. They're the most valuable thing I own, besides my stabilizer, of course. Oysters be damned. They don't pay me that what they paid the Harani fishermen. I know I should be grateful for the Harani to give me any work at all, but I'm sick of it. I will fetch him nothing. Here's the pittance Nemo paid me for an entire bushel of oysters. Take it and don't tell him where to find me. You can use my boat too. I won't be needing it anymore. I know it doesn't look like much, but it served me well, and it will serve you too.
If you're near water, you can summon a boat. However, if you move away from the water, you can expand your shortcut bar to 48 slots in the settings window in options.
Right, so it's... Okay. Now we're going.
If you're near ferry,
It's looking almost like he's going to draw.
while in water, use W to swim forward. Use space to swim toward the surface, or X to dive deeper.
Commander, an urgent missive from Esna. Ugh, the damn pirates again. Sacking the port as usual. Turn it around! Full sails!
Turn her around! Full sails! Those pesky pirates. Now we're going to get back. I'm so gonna get rid of you. I can understand why some people are interested in ArcheAge and are staying. I know there are in the at least free-to-play game there are a lot of trade guilds and stuff who are traveling with on boats and ships and stuff. I've seen some when I tried the game. Whoops. The fleet turned around, you say? Excellent. Our ploy worked, and I hope that ship put the fear of the nuance in you. That's the kind of might the Harani are protecting us from. That's why we need to be grateful. I know that look. You're still skeptical, aren't you? Ha! I know you say your name is Sinira, but I think you should add the tenacious to it. That's a polite way of saying stubborn. Tenacity can be a great quality, but no one likes a stubborn warborn. The only thing you should be stubborn about is following the three rules. I know, never take off your stabilizer, never attack a sentient creature first, never forget to the sins of your past. I just have some questions, some concerns. There's nothing to question. There's not good things. They help prevent us from becoming the monsters that massacred all of Esna. Do you want to live that nightmare again? Do you want to slaughter another innocent city? If you take off your stabilizer, or if you attack first, or if you forget your past, that's what you'll do. The Rani protect us from that, and from new vengeance, but as soon as our gratitude falters, they could send the nuance straight to us. Nuance will never hesitate to torture us for eternity after what we did to Esna. So we followed the rules and keep the Harani happy. And first rule, stabilizer, yours need to be looked at. Go find Camille in Fleurstad. You should have a mechanic on site.
Your entire lives are structured around the 3 rules. They're the closest thing you have to a real culture. The Hirani say the 3 rules can answer any question. They say any question that can't be answered by the 3 rules is utterly unimportant. You always used to believe them. Then your stabilizer was damaged in the junkyard. You knew you should get it repaired immediately, but you had questions. Things which had always felt clear suddenly seemed cloudy. Like sending that message to the ship. Doing that was good for the Hirani, good for the Warborn. With a working stabilizer, that should be enough. But right now, it wasn't. The message had been a lie, and lies were sins. If you were always supposed to remember your past, and the sins you'd committed in Esna, was knowingly committing another sin really a good idea? And what if the Nuyen ship went back and attacked its own port, mistaking dock workers for pirates? If someone else attacked first at your request, it almost felt the same as if you'd attacked first. Did it still count as breaking one of the 3 rules, even if you did so indirectly? The more you ponder such things, the more your stabilizer seemed to throb along with your pulse. In all the years since it had been implanted, you'd never felt anything like it.
Mechanic, psst, I fired him months ago. Hire 3 Warborn laborers with his salary. Establish a Warborn. Something. You look lost, friend. Can I help you? A mechanic, huh? I remember when the flower farm had a mechanic. Then Camille realized it was cheaper to hire Warborn to maintain the place than to pay to maintain machines to do it. Oh well, I suppose that's our lot to serve. At any rate, I think that mechanic does still live around here. You come a long way though. You look exhausted, and your stabilizer does look a mess. I'll ask around about getting it fixed. But why don't you take a nap in the cave? It's a safe place, no humans.
My precious son, it's time to discuss your future.
I don't want to be called that. Not unless they are.
Please, Damien, I won't argue this with you again. When a blacksmith forges a sword, does he call it a son? Give it an inheritance? The Warborn are tools, not siblings.
A sword doesn't breathe or bleed. It doesn't have a mind. The Warborn do. They can feel, just like you used to.
Are you saying I don't feel love for you? Or that I don't feel pain at your words? The Warborn are flesh, reforged by hurt and hatred. It's an injustice to consider them human.
Remember me?
What? How?
I asked you a question. Do you remember me? Do you remember killing me? And my people?
Leave me alone, Ghost. I know very well what I did.
Oh, I didn't hurt your feelings, did I? The way you hurt mine, with a blade to the heart? I was a good king. I did right by my people, and you butchered me like a sow. Now you continue to walk the earth? My people will never see the sun again, and you bask in it like a beetle. You can't die, but I'll teach you the pain of death anyway.
What? You dreamt of what? That can't be. You must be lying. I'm sorry. I wanted a new dream for so long. You really had me going there. I almost believed you. And the content of your dream, I can't even imagine seeing our precious mother's face, no matter what she said about us, just to see her. Oh well, if wishes were fishes, we'd never be hungry. I think I have a lead on a mechanic that can help you repair your stabilizer. But there's a problem. It's very expensive. I know some Herani engineers used to help us pro bono, but it's fallen out of style. They gave us our stabilizers for free. It's our responsibility to maintain them. But Warborns stick together. Always we will rise. If you do some of my chores, I will give you some of my wages. Then I can rest. You can repair, and we can both be happy knowing you're not about to turn into a bloodthirsty monster. Deal? Foolish Nira, as if you will ever be anything but a bloodthirsty monster. You think you can make up for your actions in Esna by harvesting some flowers. What? Do you see that? Does anyone else see that? See what? Are you alright? Your stabilizer must be affecting you more than we thought. I'm fine, I'm sorry, I thought I saw someone in the cave. Man, I told you, this is a safe place, no humans. Are you sure you can work? Just do what you feel up to going alright. If all you can handle is watering flowers and pulling weeds, that's fine, if you're up for a challenge. Runoff from the junkyard has tainted the Saracanians. Their nectar has driven the honeybees and foxes mad. They're interfering with our work and sadly should be put down. Cat jumper. Camille demanded I cook his favorite meal, but I'm already behind on my other work. Can you fetch the ingredients for me? You'd save me a hell of a beating and I'll be allowed to keep my wages. I can even split them with you. There's a goat pen east of Harini village up the cliffs behind us. The meat of one goat should be sufficient for the recipe. Farm helper. Nipping deer. Excuse me, I've decided to plant some extra food for the warborn who live at the cliffs here. Sometimes the Harini in Furestad aren't too keen on sharing. Overall, they're good people. I will never say anything against them, but, well, some of us are a bit hungry. Thank you, I can hardly wait for our first crops to sprout. Archer novice. Have you heard of the hereafter, the land of the dead? Part of my job as a temple priestess is to talk to people about the hereafter, to explain its way and calm their fears. No living creature have ever seen the hereafter until the goddess Nui escorted our ancestors through it to save them from the destruction of Aurora. She sacrificed her life in the process. The goddess Love Lucius still walks among us, aiding new adventures and guiding the path of the world. He is a shapeshifter though, and easy to overlook. Pay attention if you see him. Do not fear death. If you are worthy, the goddess Nui will resurrect you and allow you to continue your journey. If you pray to thank her for it, she'll even return some of your lost XP. Excellent, here's your share of my wages. The engineer that can fix your stabilizer is currently working at the governor's office. I've never been there myself, but I think Flower Farm manager Cammy can tell you how to get there. Good luck, friend. Always, it is Dawn. Such life. You there, with the horns. Yes, you. I heard a funny noise in my house. I think it might be a thief or a murderer. I demand that you check it out for me. Make sure my house is safe. This house? I had to build it outside the city walls because the governor wouldn't give me a permit to build a Nyan style house in his town. But it's just not safe out here. There are so many unsavory types running about. This entire situation is simply too upsetting. I've decided to build a guardhouse. I just need some physical labor types to do the actual construction. You look more or less strong enough. Take this pack of material, just hammer a few nails into the finished house behind me, and the guardhouse should be built in no time. Alright.
You really are a credit to your people. Such finely controlled power. You're an example to all.
Dream wish. Dream away. Thank you so much, Woborn. What did you say your name was? Running Sinira? Sinira of the Foxes? You have all my such creative names. I put in good words for you with my father-in-law, Flower Farm Manager, Cammy. Alright, right. Ah, for God's sake, I have to spawn him again. Thank you saved me quite a hike and a lot of time. I always had an affinity for animals, that's why I chose the name Cat Jumper. Now my manager Cammy wants to give his nephew a pet fox and wants me to tame it. While I start to get goats too, do you think you could capture a fox for me? Oh god damn, I have to go back. It's not far. Not that far. Let's see, a fox. There's a fox. Oops. You made it look easy. With your help, I think I'll really be able to finish all my today's tasks. I've heard you've been having some trouble with your stabilizer. I'm no mechanic, but I do have one idea on how you can find peace. You should burn a sacred offering to our mother, Archeage. Collect some bat eyeballs and rainbow crystals from a pale cave. Bring them back to me and I make the offering. You can say a prayer to the mother on your way to a mechanic. If the mechanic can't help you, maybe the mother can. What do I look like? A map? Do you think I have nothing more important to do than offer you directions? You're not going to go away until I give you something, are you? Fine, Martian Seki can help you get to the governor's office. I think he's at the inn. No, sure. Ah, damn lag. The governor's office? Of course, I know the way quite well. Follow the main road out of town, southeast, then due east. Eventually you'll find yourself at the governor's office. It's hard to miss. He's done quite well for himself and his office has grown into more of a palace after years. An excellent example of success for all of us to strive for. At any rate, I've already sent Taumin an owl to let him know that you fulfilled your duties to me, and that his bribe has failed because I cannot sell him the cheapest supplies. Oh, one more thing. When you get to the Harani governor's office, check in with God Leifus for the governor's security. He likes to keep a close eye on all the warborn who come through. Nothing personal, you understand.
You'd had a new dream. For the first time, you hadn't dreamt of the Esna massacre. How could you have dreamed something so different from your peers? It had to be the damaged stabilizer. You thought it was getting worse. In addition to throbbing when you thought too hard, it now also burned. But still, you would have never expected it to change your dream. What you dreamt felt like another memory, bubbling up from the depths of your mind. You couldn't prove it, of course, but it felt just as real as the dream of blood. And it certainly caused as much emotional pain. Hearing your own mother refer to you as a tool, a sword unworthy of affection or brotherhood. It was devastating, although not so devastating as the hallucinations. You'd realized almost immediately the ghost of the Esnan king was a vision no one else could see. However, you weren't sure if it made it better. On the one hand, you weren't really being haunted. But on the other, the king's words were cruel. They cut especially deep, because you were saying them to yourself. Your stabilizer throbbed again. Your only hope was to have it repaired, and soon.
Don't get it repaired, get it destroyed. Alright, I think we go down first. She got quest again. May the goddess always light your way, Sinira. If you have a moment, perhaps we can commemorate Nui's sacrifice and love. Just sprinkle some flowers in her memory. Everyone alive today is descendant from the people Nui saved. She used the hereafter as a portal to take them to safety. It was as if they were born again into a new world, like we all her children. It's traditional to offer a lily to pay tribute to her sacrifice. That new birth she gave our ancestor came at the cost of her life. Ah. Rainpale Cave.
During battles, numbers beside the word combo show combo damage.
That's interesting. Okay. Nope, damn it. No, let's head back. Good work, I'll make the offering for you. I hope it helps you find peace. I admit, sometimes I have doubts. It's been so long since anyone has seen our queen. But she can't have forgotten us, can she? Oh, it's... Alright then. I don't know. I have always problem to choose a secondary skill set or secondary class or whatever one want to call it. I leave it be, even if it's probably gonna hurt me a little bit. Polished shovel. Okay. I decided to stop working for the Harani and strike out of my own. I know it's foolish, but I want to sing, to be a bard. But it's hard to make a living as a warborn like that. I'm saving up to buy a mount and I'm really close. Can you help? I can lend you a lute. And you can sing a cheerful song to some of the workers. We can split whatever you earn in tips. I even give you 60% for your trouble. Eh, what? And that is how I got my loot. I'm glad we made the workers' lives a bit better, but it seems they are as poor as I. Their tips didn't amount to much. Oh well, here's sushi anyway. Thank you, friend.
In addition to NPCs, you can also receive quests from some special items. Right-click the item in your inventory to start its quest.
Ah! Come here, you blue bird. Crap! Where did that... That's one of my baby's crack. Well, god damn it, how do I stop this? There. Standing, it's nothing cracking. You should let me that talking bird now. Listen up. Some feather brain tried to steal my eggs, Crack. Want to eat them? No doubt, savage all of you. Here, take some feathers. They magic, Crack. Of course they magic. I'm magic. How else do you think I'm a bird can talk? Spread my feathers around beanstalk vine outside the governor's office, Crack. Climb the beanstalk to the roof once it's fully grown. I'll put that egg back in one of my nests where it belongs. State your business here, Warborn. No way, the engineer is a very busy man, highly esteemed by the governor. He sees visitors by appointment only, and Harani always come first. And I don't like your entitled attitude, Demon Spawn. You don't have rights here. This is my house, I'm Harani. Get on your knees and show some proper respect. Oh, come on. I don't know who you all think you are sometimes, coming in here demanding to see government officials. Don't even bother to show proper respect, it's actually hilarious. Well, thank you, I guess I needed a laugh today. Look, just for that. Just for making my day that much brighter. I'll pencil you to see engineer Devan. Of course, I need you to run some errands first. You can't expect something for nothing now, can you? Deliver these tickets to the merchants staying at the inn, and hear them out if they try to make a bribe. We need to keep a special eye on those. This says my appointment to see the government isn't until tomorrow. I've been here 2 days already. I'm fed up. You people win. I'm ready to work out a deal like Leafus asked for originally. My appointment has been pushed back 3 times already. I'm not even surprised at this point. I always heard the government is like Narian. 4 days until my appointment with the governor, huh? Fine, I'll wait. I'm not due back in Unester for another week. My business with the governor is urgent. I must see him today. Take this pouch to guard Lufus and see if it will get me an earlier appointment. And don't flash it around. I don't want to be outbid. Outbidden. Thank you so much for your help. It's like my father always said, why do the legwork when you have a warboard? I made you an appointment to meet the engineer. He'll be expecting you immediately. Don't keep him waiting. You can find him up the stairs just behind me. Don't forget your miner's bow when you see him, and don't forget to thank him for taking time out of his day for you. What a generous man that Coral is. Do you see this warboard? This is how honest business gets done. This is how you show true respect. Now get back to the inn and give Mr. Coral this new appointment ticket. Suddenly the governor's schedule has opened up. Damn, respect can be expensive, can't it? Thank you for helping me out my appointment. Good work, Wobon, and good news. Thanks for seeing me running around like a posto. An appointment with the engineer. They must open up. Alright, that's it. I hope you like this, and I see you next time. Bye!